Hey, CK here with another Automation Monday, and as you just saw, this one is a doozy. In fact, it's such a doozy that I'm going to split it up over a few weeks, and that's going to work out just fine because right now I'm helping produce a music festival and I'm playing in said festival, so I'm going to have my hands full anyway. All right, so let's take a look at how this thing works. So the context is that I do work for a publisher, basically doing a technical review of other composers' tracks to check that the alternative mixes are sound, if there are more of them needed, if the stings are good, etc., any notes for the mastering engineer. I'll have a spreadsheet of tracks that I need to go through. So the setup here is that I have finished working on this track and I've selected the name of the next track in the spreadsheet and copied it. And that's when I run the macro that you just observed. And the main idea is that I've got all these tracks in a batch that I need to process. And the workflow that I've come up with is to put each title in its own project alternative in the same Logic project. So I automated a way to transition from one title in the batch to the next. As usual, I've got kind of an outline in the form of Keyboard Maestro group objects. So we'll just take a look at the first few groupings of tasks for today's video. The first thing I do is just make sure that the project is loaded and stable, and I judge that by seeing if the save command is enabled. I then have Keyboard Maestro type the number 1 along the top of the QWERTY keyboard. That sets Logic to my screen set that looks just like this. All right, great. I wait until the tracks window is in front. Just a quick pause. I issue my key command to reset solo. So if, say, when I finished up working on the last title, that wouldn't make sense, I had these 3 stems soloed to create a new alternative mix, I hit that key command and it clears out the solo setting on any track. Again, pause to watch for the save command, just as a way of checking that we're done with that action and we're stable again. All right, so I'll close that. Next is that we create the new alternative and we name it with the title of the next track to be processed. I issue the key command to create the new alternative. That brings up the dialog box called Save as New Alternative. I'll show you what that looks like. New alternative, this dialog comes up. And the new alternative name is a suggestion based on the current alternative name, but I don't want that. I want it to be the name of my next track, which is on my clipboard. So all I really have to do is make sure that's all selected and then paste, and it'll get replaced with the name of the new track. Great. So the select all of the suggested name and the paste of the name that's on my clipboard, and then press the OK button when it's enabled. So that is this button right here. And then delete the audio. So all those audio regions that we're seeing. So now I'm in this view. I hit Command A to select all. I hit Z just to zoom out on the whole picture. I hit delete to delete the audio regions, and then I hit return to rewind to the beginning. Like this, select all, press Z to zoom on the current selection, hit delete to delete all the selected audio regions, and then just in case the playhead is out here somewhere, I hit return to rewind it. All right, so that's all we're gonna cover for today, and I'll pick it back up next week. Cheers. If you're interested in learning more, the first thing you can do is download Keyboard Maestro as a demo and just try it out. But I'd also encourage you to check out my 2 classes on Skillshare. One is a getting started class. It'll get you up and running in like an hour and 15 minutes. It's called Easy, Powerful Mac Automation for Creative Pros using Keyboard Maestro. And I have a second class that is specifically about creating smart pauses in your macros to make them more reliable and more consistent. All right, that's it for this week. Cheers.